Oh, hello there. I'm Bilchan.
I'm Nimacung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you Chapter 1, Section 5 of the Iliad of Homer.
Ass.
Ah.
The Iliad of Homer. Theodore Buckley. Chapter 1, Section 5. And thus with axe and mile began, with leave and honour into our abodes, ye sacred ministers of men and gods. I know your message. By constraint you came, not you, but your imperious sword I blame. Atroclus. Aist. The fair brides bring. Conduct my captive to the haughty king. But witness, heralds, and proclaim my vow. Witness to gods above, and men below. But first, and loudest, that lawless turn whose commands ye bear, unmoved as doth Achilles' shower main. Though prostrate Greece shall bleed every vein, the raging chief in frantic passion lust, blind to himself, and useless to his host, and skull to judge the future by the past. Patroclus now the unwilling beauty brought, June, in soft sorrows, and in pensive thought, half silent, as the heralds held her hand, and oft looked back, still moving o'er the strand. Not so his loss the fierce Achilles bore, but sat, retiring to the standing shore, o'er the wild margin of the deep he hung, that kindred deep from whence his mother sprung. There bathed in tears of anger and disdain, the sad lamented to the stormy main. O brent goddess, thy son must fall, by too severe a doom, should to so short a race of glory born. Great Jove in justice should this span adorn, honour and fame at least to thunder out, until he pays the promise of a god. If yon proud monarch this thy son defies, obscures my glories, far from the deep recesses of the main, where each ocean holds his watery reign, the goddess mother heard the waves divide, and like a mist she rose above the tide, beheld him mourning on the naked shores, and thus the sorrows of his soul explores. Why grieves my son? Thy anguish let me share. Reveal the cause. He deeply sighing said, is but to mention what too well you know. From them, Achin's realm, our conquering army came, with treasure loaded and triumphant spoils, whose just division crowned the soldiers' toils. But bright cries, heavenly prize, was led, by vote selected, to the general's bed. His beatest daughter from the victor's chain, the fleet he reached, and then, lowly bending down, held forth the sceptre and the laurel crown, in trading all, the brother kings of a Jew's royal race. The generous Greeks their joint consent declare, the priest to reverence, and release the fair. Not so a trade is. With want pride, the sire insulted, and his gifts denied, to besprayed, and bestirred the prayer. A dreadful plague ensues, incessant fly, and pierce the Grecian hearts. A prophet then, inspired by heaven, arose and points the crime, and thence derives the woes, to avert the vengeance of the power divine. Then rising in his wrath, the monarch stormed, incensed he threatened, and his threats performed. The fair Christ to her sire was sent, with offered gifts to make the god relent. But now he sees prize heavenly charms, and of my valour prize defrauds my arms, defrauds the votes of all the Grecian train, and serious faith and justice plead in vain. But, Goddess, thou thy suppliant son attend, to Olympus' shining court ascend, right all the ties to foremost service owed, and sue for vengeance to the thundering god. Oft taste thou triumphed in the glorious boast, that thou stewest forth of all that ethereal host, when bold rebellion shook the realms above, the undaunted guard of cloud compelling Jove, when the bright partner of his awful reign, the warlike maid, and monarch of the main, the traitor gods, by mad ambition driven, to earth's threat with chains the omnipotence of heaven, and, called by thee, whom gods breeze, manage in name, through wandering skies enormous starked along, not he that shakes the solid earth so strong. With giant pride at Jove's high throne he stands, and brandished round him all his 100 hands. The affrighted gods confessed their awful lord. They dropped the fetters, trembled, and adored. They'd Audat, this to his remembrance call, embrace his knees, at his tribunal full, conjure him for to drive the Grecian train, to hold them headlong to their fleet and main, to heap the shores with copious death, the Greeks to know the curse of such a king, or all his wide dominion of the dead. Unhappy son, fair Thetis this replies, why have I borne thee with a mother's throes, to fates averse, a nurse for future woes? So short a space the light of heaven to view, so short a space, and filled with sorrow too. All might a parent's careful wish prevail. Borrow, far from Iliad should thy vessels sail, and thou, from comes remote, wish now, Alois, to be continued.